Hey, it's Spider-Bot here at Next Gen Tactics for NGTZombies, and we have a compilation of the Shangri-la Zombies Easter egg, major Easter egg. This is the one where you actually have to complete all these steps to get the focusing stone, which is the 75 gamer score achievement or whatever. So there are a lot of steps. It's pretty convoluted. This is a compilation. We've already previously posted the separate steps. The first thing we're going to do, step 1, is activate these switches. There's 4 of them right at the spawn, and you end up going back in time, and there's an eclipse, and there's this meteor that's sitting atop the temple. It looks like it crashed into the temple. Didn't do enough damage, in my opinion, as a crashing meteor into a temple, but, you know, it just kind of stuck to the roof up there. Okay, every other step beyond this point, you actually have to have the eclipse active, so you have to go up to the spawn and activate those 4 switches. Second step is hitting that button right there. There are actually guys trapped underneath, and we'll talk about that a little later. Once you hit this button over here, it activates these concrete plates in the ground, and there's 12 of them, and they each contain a symbol, and there are also 12 corresponding concrete slabs over on the other side. Right now we're on the side where the minecart is. The other side is the mud room. So there are 12 corresponding. So what you actually have to do is match up the symbols, but you can't stand on plates. You know, I can't stand on one on this side and somebody on the other side stand on one with not the corresponding symbol, with a different symbol. Otherwise, the symbols get switched up on the slabs, and I think any progress that you've made as far as matching them up is lost, and you have to start over again. So all I'm doing here, I'm standing on a slab, I'm calling it out. We got the symbol with 3 dots. I back off. I tell the other guys, we've got 2 other guys looking at the other slabs on the other side, and one guy just covering the crawler that we made at the end of round 4. So I'm calling out, hey, I got this symbol. I'm off my plate now, I'm off my slab, you find the corresponding symbol, and the guys on the other side would stand on the slab with the corresponding symbol. I'd get back on mine, and then it disappears. So all we're doing is doing that 12 times. So I get on the next slab, call up the symbol, back off, they find it, they stay on the one that corresponds on the other side, I get back on, and it disappears. So you got to do that 12 times. So yeah, there's 2 dudes that are trapped underneath that building there, where we activated the first button, and there's catacombs. So we're basically releasing them, progressing them through these catacombs to hopefully free them at the end of this Easter egg and get a pretty decent reward. Hopefully it's not just a wonder waff, you know, because we want more. We want more, Treyarch. Damn you, Treyarch. We want more. Okay, 2 left. There's a triangle symbol. So we're going to hit that. And one last one are 2 intersecting half circles, whatever the hell you want to call it. I don't know all the names of these symbols, but we made up our own names for them. Okay, so that's it. That is, I believe, step 3. Step 4, we're moving on. We're hitting the buttons here, the switches back in spawn, activating the eclipse. So now the people that were trapped have progressed through these catacombs, but now they're trapped in an area down in the mines. They're underneath some grates, water, you know, they're in the water, I guess. So what you actually have to do, there's a pressure plate on one of the grates down at the bottom. We're going to see that down there. So 3 of the team members have to be on that pressure plate, and then the 4th, which is me, comes down the water slide, and I'm going to hit that pressure plate as well with enough force to actually activate it, and that releases them to the next chamber, I guess, in these catacombs. So I came down, those 3 were already there, and we then released them. And we're just going to back up. See what happens at each step of the way here. I mean, it doesn't coincide with step 1, step 2, step 3, because there only ends up being 6 of those orbs. But you get those orbs that pop out of these buildings. So we have 2 right now. Okay, we're on to the next step. We hit our switches. Now, what we actually have to do here is there's another meteor that came down. Another meteor comes down near the waterfalls. You got to shoot it down, so it's this stone. And you need the shrink gun. You need that shrinking gun, the VGB2563794 baby gun. All right, you got to shrink it down, and then you knife the stone into the water slide. Follow it down. It's going to float on over to the launcher here. If it just sits there by itself, you actually have to float up with it. It won't launch if it's on its own, and then it comes down into that as another orb. That's our third orb, right there. Okay, we're progressing quite well. Like I said, this is pretty convoluted, pretty lengthy Easter egg, and we're continuing on to the next step. Okay, again from the spawn, we're going to hit our switches, and we're going to head over to the minecart area. And what we have here is these guys are trapped in this chamber inside here. We got to release, I think it's releasing pressure or releasing a wall or something for them, but then the gas starts coming in, so they're not actually released out of the room. We've got gas that starts filling the chamber, and I think a wall starts closing in on them. So we have to get them out of there. And I think these pipes house the gas that is actually allowing activation of this wall to come in. So what you have to do in this round, see this gas right here, it's spewing out these pipes, and they're spewing out a few more pipes. Well, look at what we have here. We have a napalm zombie that we kept on the last round. So we kept the napalm zombie and we kept a crawler. And look at that, look what happens. The napalm zombie, you lure him down here into the mine, and as he travels through, he ends up igniting these pipes that are leaking the gas. Now you have to light them all. There's another leaky pipe just above us here, where the weapon box happens to be located. So just lead them around. Again, make sure you have a crawler as well as the napalm zombie, because we want to, get rid of the napalm zombie after the step is complete, and we want to be able to continue on to further steps with the crawler. But I think we actually need a lot more crawlers for the next steps anyway, or for at least the next one. So there's some more pipes that are leaking this gas, and that's it. That's the last two, and we'll see actually the third one or the second one that was on fire above that weapon box when we go back. So keep leading them in here. So there's the third one that's on fire, and then we're gonna see him ignite the top one. Okay, so there we go. Now we're gonna destroy him, kill him, and you want to make sure he's away from the crawling zombie, because if he explodes, he might actually take that crawler with him. So I'm gonna let my teammates here take him out, and then I'm gonna run back up. And there's actually a lever right beside where we turn that handle. Remember, you actually have to turn that handle 4 times for it to activate the gas. So we're going to come back up here, and there's a switch or a lever. We're going to activate that, and that releases them into the next area. So this is pretty damn convoluted. Okay, they're trapped in this waterfall area. Problem is, what you have to do is actually, there's that brick that you push in at the bottom of the waterfall that causes the water to double in intensity, let's say. So there's more water that flows through. Problem is, there's holes in the wall in this tunnel. They need the water to fill up to lift them out of this chamber that they're in. Well, with these holes in the walls, they can't do that. The water just escapes the holes. Well, you have to plug the holes. The way you do that is with spike mores, the spiky bamboo claymores. You have to place a spike more in front of each of these holes. There's 4 of them. You can actually get the last 2 with 1 if you place it correctly. But you definitely want to make sure you have 4. So we've lined up all the spike mores the previous round, and you could do this in a previous round. You don't need all 4. Well, I mean, 2 players can have spike mores. I mean, you can only maybe even have 1 player with spike mores. He lays 2 the previous round, and if you're covering the area up at the spawn to try and create these crawlers, then you won't get any zombies come up through here, and the spike mores will still be there, so you can lay another 2 the next round when you have the crawlers. So we've made at least 5 crawlers up in the spawn area, and now we're leading them down here. Remember, you have to have the Eclipse active. We're leading them down here, and they're triggering the spike mores. You can't trigger this. You can't shoot or knife the spike mores yourself. You have to have a zombie or a monkey or whatever. I'm assuming the monkeys will trigger spike mores as well. And as they progress through here, They trigger the spike more, and the spike more flings these bamboo spikes, and apparently these spikes are like super spikes because they end up in these holes. I mean, there's only like 5 or 6 of these spikes on these spike mores, and each time they end up perfectly in plugging up those holes. So we're calling down the 3rd zombie here. Maybe we'll get lucky and it'll. Oh yeah, we got lucky. It actually ended up plugging both the holes. So now you want to go around here, and here's the brick that you activate, and that'll double the intensity of the water, double how much water comes down the waterfall here, and it fills up the chamber and releases them. Okay, so it's over, right? Wrong. It's not over. We're not over yet. We got a little ways to go here. So we're going to go back up. And as you go through here, I mean, if you want to really do it and look for all the clues, each time there's a radio that tells you what to do. So there's another orb up there. So we're just going to move right along to the next step. I mean, if you really want to see all the radios and everything, we have them on NGTZombies or on our website. So go check them out. Okay, so here's where the other stones are. The stones show up with the symbols. Okay, there are a total of 12. If you want to see them all, I'll place a link to the video where we actually show all 12 locations in that video. But basically, there are 12 of these stones that you actually have to knife, and the symbols glow on them. Trying to hit them towards the top of the stone, the middle to the top of the stone, because sometimes they don't activate. They don't have to be done in a certain order. They can all be done whenever. It's just a matter of where you hit them. Okay, so you have to get all 12. There are 2 on the minecart side. There are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, I believe, in spawn. That's 7. There's 3 down below, and 2 on the mudroom side. But like I said, I'll link you to the video. Okay, so once you do that, there's this trap over here. If you see, there's those wooden poles or whatever. You can throw a monkey bomb. You can throw any kind of explosive, and you have to blow that up. All right, you see the monkey bomb blows it up completely. We've done it with frags, so there it goes. And after that, I believe we get another orb that pops up. Actually, no, there is not another orb. We have to complete this step again in order to get the 6th and final orb. Okay, so after that, there's actually a radio appears that over on that side that tells you a code. It's 16, 1, 3, and 4. Again, the clips has to be active. So these are, I guess they're mine symbols. C is 10, the I is 5, and the dots are 1s. So you have to set them up 16, 1, 3, and 4. I believe 3 and 4 are the ones that, the ones that we just did. 16 is on the left up here, and 1 is on the right. And once you set those, we're going to do the 1 first here. And then turn around, we'll do the 16. And that's when you get your 6th and final orb. There are 6 of them, 6 in total. Alright, so we're going to go back out to the spawn area, and we're going to see where that 6th one pops up. So there's actually 4 sort of on the minecart side of the map, and then 2 on the mudroom side of the map. So we just got to get these 2 crawlers out of the way. We're going to go over, take a look. And there it is, right there. Okay, next step. And this again is from one of the radio transmissions. You have to get a stick of dynamite or sticks of dynamite. The dynamite are actually attached to this orb. I'm pretty sure it's always the same orb, but it may be different. It just happens to be one up there. Also, there is a 4 gongs. 4 of these gongs you have to hit. Okay, there's a total of 8 on the map. 4 of them actually create a tone and continue that tone. So you'll get a series of 4 tones that continue here. And see how those, see how they're glowing? See how the orbs are glowing? That means you've hit the 4 tones correctly. If you hit a wrong gong, it'll actually cancel it out. The orbs will turn red, and you have to start over. So 4 of the 8 you have to hit. And then you need the upgraded baby gun, the upgraded shrink gun. you shoot the orbs, and I don't think it's any specific order. You can try one at a time, and it'll actually drop the dynamite. See, the dynamite is now in my inventory. Now this one, you do have to hit this one in order to do the next step. You do have to hit that orb specifically while the gongs are playing, while you're on eclipse mode, and that shoots these beams up to the meteor that's sitting atop the temple and destroys it, shrinks it, or whatever. Maybe it's like super shrinks it. Actually, it does super shrink it because you're using the shrink gun through the orbs, which focuses its energy on that meteor and shrinks it down. Okay, next thing you got to do, these guys are actually trapped behind the Pack-a-Punch. See, the Pack-a-Punch is gone. No more Pack-a-Punch. Activate the pressure plates in order to be able to get up here. I'm actually waiting for the guys to get up here because I want them to see what it is we're doing here. And we actually, in the full videos on our channel and on the website, we actually listened to what these guys were saying. So as you walk up to the wall, you don't have to hit anything. These guys actually start talking, saying something about, oh, we can get dynamite. If we have dynamite, we can get out. We can blast our way out of here. And what we're going to end up doing here is giving them the dynamite. So we're just waiting for them to finish talking, and we're pretty excited here. We actually got stuck in this part with the dynamite, and there weren't any, heard a lot of stuff and saw a lot of stuff about the dynamite, but no one really had any real explanation as to where exactly this dynamite came from. I mean, we were looking for a satchel or a bag around the map that contained the dynamite. So anyways, we actually triggered it sort of at the end here, so the the stairs give way, we get washed down, so we actually have to trigger the Pack-a-Punch again. But look, the wall is gone. The wall is gone. They blasted their way out in the past. We're now in the present. And you can't even hit you can't even hit those switches anymore, so you can't actually activate the eclipse anymore from this point on. So we don't get to see the dudes come out of the wall. Unfortunately, they blasted their way out in the past, and now that we're in the present, or the future, whatever you want to call it, that wall is now gone, but those guys have been long gone. So we're activating the Pack-a-Punch again. We're just waiting for the last guy to get into position via the pressure plates, and we're good. Again, we're going to walk up here. I'm going to wait for the guys to get up. And look, it's the shrunk down meteor rock. It's the focusing stone. Oh, yeah. And I actually have notifications turned off, so you won't see the achievement pop up. I don't have the achievement yet. But watch what happens when I grab it. Okay, I'm just waiting for Kentucky to get up here. I think he's stuck in the mud down there or something. But it's pretty exciting. We're going to grab the focusing stone. I'm going to grab it, actually, just because I'm recording. And there it is. And look at that. All 7 perks. You get all 7 perks as a reward, and that's it. You have the focusing stone the whole time. And you know what's really interesting is that even if you go down after you get all 7 perks, you keep your perks. Yes, you keep them. You go down, you get revived. You still have 7 perks. Anyways, that is the entire compilation of the Easter egg. If you want, a more detailed review or detailed videos of them, you can go, like I said, go check our channel, YouTube channel, NGTZombies, or our website, and they should all be there. As well as all the radio transmissions will be there. So go check them out. But I wanted to get this together for you guys so it's in a single video. You guys can watch it. And you guys can basically emulate it and complete the Easter egg, so you get the achievement. So I hope you guys like that. I wanted to thank all the guys that were involved with this. Guns, Meat, Bentley, Cryptic, my main man editor over here, Kentucky, Flaming, who were involved in the final steps. All you guys in the live stream, you guys helped us a lot. I mean, it was a real community effort. I mean, we were involved on the COD forums, and not only gleaning some information. I mean, I must admit, and I do take, we do take great pride in the fact that most of these steps we did ourselves. I mean, I'm not saying necessarily that we did it first, but we didn't have information on a lot of these steps, and we ended up achieving them or getting past them ourselves. But wanted to thank all the guys on the live stream anyway, the guys on the COD forums, because there was some help that we needed on some of the steps. And yeah, to all you guys, our viewers, subscribers, thank you very much. and it was awesome. And we're not first to post the very last step, and I'm okay with that. I think we take pride in being there for 22 hours straight, trying to get this stuff to you guys, and just providing it for you guys, and giving you some value, some production value in our videos. And we really appreciate the feedback that we get from you guys, and we love you guys. Anyways, I'm Spiderbite, and I'm out for NGT Zombies. Hey guys, we now have our own website. Actually, we've always had our own website, but why not follow us on there? There you'll find all our videos conveniently sorted into playlists by game, as well as videos from many other directors that are part of our NGT network.